Throughout history, people have formed private groups to pass down knowledge, protect values, and organize around shared goals. One type of group, commonly called a secret society, has played this role across nearly every culture. These groups exist to control access to ideas, to rituals, to responsibilities. In tribal societies, they were central to initiation. Young people were tested through hardship, danger, and instruction before they could fully participate in adult life. These trials shaped character and aligned the individual with the group's values, binding them to a worldview that would guide their decisions. In the ancient world, secret societies expanded. Egypt, Greece, and Rome used them to train leaders, philosophers, and priests, not just in knowledge, but in how to apply it responsibly. Being initiated meant more than learning, it meant proving you wouldn't misuse the knowledge or power entrusted to you. These societies became essential for shaping ethical leadership and intellectual rigor, integrating spiritual and moral frameworks to their educational systems. Over time, these groups evolved. In medieval Europe, they became guilds, craft based societies that blended work with ethics. Tailors, masons, and metalworkers opened their meetings with prayer, recognizing that their craft was not only a technical skill, but also a moral responsibility. A poorly made product wasn't just bad business, it was a failure of character. They passed down trade secrets through apprenticeships, elevating work to a sacred duty and reinforcing moral discipline within the craft. In times of repression, secrecy became a survival tactic. Early Christians in Rome met in catacombs. Exiled communities used private gatherings to preserve beliefs, passing down their teachings in secret to protect them from persecution. When dominant cultures punish people for their thoughts or beliefs, secrecy becomes not only a shield, but a means of preserving culture and truth. But the same tools that protect can also be used to control. A structure that limits access to knowledge, demands loyalty, and keeps its actions hidden can easily be used to dominate. Throughout history, secret societies haven't only preserved truth, they've also protected power. Some have been used to shape ideology behind the scenes, to reward loyalty, or to filter influence through closed networks. From empires to religious institutions to modern political systems, secretive structures have sometimes been used to insulate elites from accountability, maintaining power without scrutiny. So, while some secret societies resisted authority, others helped to build it or hide it. The difference depends on who's running it and why. These groups are not inherently good or bad, they are adaptive tools capable of serving multiple purposes depending on the context. In this way, secret societies can either preserve or distort the truth, uphold ethical standards, or enforce conformity. In modern democracies, many of these societies have become symbolic or ceremonial. However, in parts of the world where people still face censorship, surveillance, or religious persecution, secret societies continue to serve their original role, preserving culture, protecting ideas, and offering spaces for dissent. In such contexts, secrecy remains a necessary tactic to maintain the flow of knowledge and safeguard freedom. The structure itself isn't inherently positive or negative, it's a tool. It can create strong bonds, ethical discipline, and cultural continuity. But it can also lead to manipulation, exclusivity, and unchecked influence. Its use, whether for resistance or control, depends on the motives of those in charge. That's why secret societies appear in both reform movements and oppressive regimes. They are flexible, resilient, and difficult to monitor. This adaptability is part of why they continue to exist, because they provide a means of organizing outside public view, responding to both societal needs and power dynamics. Some traditions go further, claiming that behind the visible structures of power, there's a deeper hidden order, an enlightened group guiding humanity. Whether viewed as myth or metaphor, this reflects a common human belief that someone somewhere knows more than we do and is shaping the outcome. This belief often surfaces in response to the unknowns of power, while some imagine it as benevolent and others as sinister. In the end, secret societies reflect a simple fact that when public systems fail to protect truth, liberty, or order, people organize privately. And when those private groups gain power, they face the same temptation as any authority to protect themselves first. Understanding both sides of this dynamic, the protective and the controlling, is key. Secret societies aren't just relics of the past, they are a recurring response to human conditions, used by those trying to change the system and by those trying to preserve it. Their dual nature, ever present throughout history, continues to shape the way societies function and how power is wielded in both visible and invisible ways.